I had to start off with that, because I like to press buttons. But we are here today at Frequency Canvas. I am with my brother, formerly known as the Messenger, now as KYREN Monteiro, the entrepreneur, the father, everything that you could possibly name. My brother, KYREN Monteiro. What's up, my boy?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
One of my closest brothers, man. What's good with it, man?
Oh man, I can't complain, and if I did, who gonna want to listen, right?
You ain't even introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, okay, for the world, I am Chris Hall, aka C4. Everybody know me as C4 around here. People in Atlanta know me as Fourr Wayy. So whatever y'all want to call me that. We here, man. How you doing, brother? What's good, man?
I'm good, bro. How you doing, man? You got that big radio voice coming through these headphones, dog.
I know, man. I'm trying to get like you when I get older.
Well, you are older. I was born in May of 90. You was born in January.
January, yep, for sure. So I'm a 90s baby, man.
Got a few months on me. I'll be 32 May 10th this year. You know what I'm saying?
You excited? New chapter.
Man, bro, every day is a new chapter.
For sure. Speaking of new chapters, that was a cool little segue. I want to slide in. Let's talk about Frequency Canvas. You opened up. It's about to be a year anniversary, right?
Yep, on the 23rd of this month. Yep,
on the
23rd of April. Yep.
On the 23rd. It's been a year. Give us some gems and kind of give us a quick rundown of what it's been like opening up this beautiful studio you got, man.
Well, first off, we got
ooh, look what you got there.
We got
hold on. Round of applause, y'all. Y'all gotta give it to this man. Nice one.
We got the Grant County Economic Growth Council 2022 Investor Achievement Award. That was dope. And that happened April 13th. So literally like April 13th, 2022. So it just happened. And a part of this first year, I knew that I was getting it. I knew I was getting it at the beginning of this year. And it's something that I've been looking forward to, because it's like being an entrepreneur is hard. So like what this first year has been with Frequency Canvas in Man, Indiana, for anybody that knows Man, Indiana, you know that this city is known for basketball and is known for industrial work. So
facts.
Music or any kind of arts is not something that succeeds here, really, in the Midwest, period. Like Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, Missouri, just different places within the Midwest. It's industrial work. You've had athletes come out of here. But as far as the music industry, I mean, Detroit had a legendary run. Chicago has had some legends. Like there's been people to make it out, but this is not a place where the industry exists at.
Yeah, or do we find a lot of people coming here to search? And I think that a lot of times we have hidden gems around here that we don't get a chance to honor as quickly, you know what I'm saying, or try to figure out, what's the next play for them as far as music wise, because for this scene, I've been seeing a lot of, we're a melting pot. We listen to everything, we listen to Detroit, like you said, we listen to Chicago drill, we can listen to some St. Louis artists, but there's only a few that we could possibly name, and there's only a few that we could possibly name in Indiana. And so, but speaking of, we can name you. You've been doing this for a long time, man. Give us a little bit of history on how things really got started. Let's start from high school.
Okay. To double back real quick, this first year has been challenging, and I knew that coming into this first year, it was going to be challenging because nobody has done what I'm doing at this level. Within the city of Marion. Now, that's no disrespect to anybody. I'm not saying that other studios have never existed. And I'm not saying that other audio companies have never existed. But to have a high-end recording studio downtown Marion.
And sustaining life at that.
Yeah, and trying to sustain it.
Yeah.
And having, working with Grammy artists and all of these things that I've done, like nobody has brought it back home like this. And so it's been an honor. It's been a struggle. It's been frustrating. It's been a joy. All of the emotions that come with entrepreneurship, that's what it's been. But going into this, I knew it would be this. So
facts.
I can't say that I wasn't prepared, because I was prepared. So yeah, that's what it's been. But this award has been icing on the cake, and there's been a lot of great things that's happened within this first year. So I'm thankful for it. Now, going to what you were saying as far as high school,
yeah.
I started doing Christian hip hop since I started rapping as a young boy, because my father was a preacher. He is the reason why I've got into rapping and producing music and engineering. And
but it's still hip hop at the same.
It is hip hop.
You know how people try to separate the entities because you happen to speak about God in your music, but that doesn't make it any less hip hop. That's hip hop still, man.
And some arguments is actually more of hip hop.
Yeah,
if you look at the origins of hip hop, it actually is more of hip hop in a way. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
But my father, the late great Elder Grady Speed, who passed away in February 2009, he is the reason that anything studio related that I do, as far as being a recording artist, music producer, audio engineer, music executive, CEO, creative entrepreneur, he is the reason that we're sitting right here today, even having this conversation. And so I want to take a moment to just honor the late great Elder Grady Speed, and I want to take a moment to thank him, for the legacy and for the seeds that he planted in me. But and I'm sorry, y'all, I had to take my own pause.
It's all right.
For that. But I will say that coming up in high school is when things started to get more serious. I rapped in middle school. I rapped in elementary. I rapped since I was like 5 years old. So
yeah, we was doing that.
Oh yeah, for sure. At elementary, show and tells. We was doing songs. Middle school, we was doing class performance, rap battles in the cafeteria. But as far as when it was like, I believe I can really do something career wise with music.
Yeah,
that was in high school, and that was an honor, man. To start doing things, basically some of the biggest names in Christian hip hop. I started doing shows and becoming affiliated in some kind of way in these circles. Really more shows.
Yeah.
But I started networking and getting notoriety with from Christian hip hop in high school.
Yep,
for sure.
Yeah, these are facts. I remember receiving CDs. At that time, I don't know if anybody know about CDs anymore, but we did at that point in time. That was like, you make a CD, you made it, right? And a lot of times people didn't know how you were you were multi-gifted, and it was really dope to see you, like, you could play an instrument, or you can really get on a beat and body something. And then you embodied the whole movement of, hey, I actually can do music all the way around. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
So being able to see that, I received it. The first copy, I believe it was Spiritual Walk. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Spiritual Walk, man. And that was crazy, because after that, you actually made beats for me and gave me a CD, because it was just beats. Now it was just beats, and you were like, bro, I want you to do it. So, big ups to bro for influencing me. Let's give him a round of applause. Hot me down. You know what I'm saying? It was really dope. So yeah, I remember that, man. Starting off that way.
Like I said, it really was. My dad's influence was heavy, but even though he planted the seeds, it was up to me to execute maintaining it. making it grow, and doing what I was supposed to do with it. Because when I first got started, it was, and I'm talking about just locally, because I feel like that's where everybody gets started at it. When you do something, you start in your hometown, you start in your city, then you branch out and you grow from there.
Yeah.
And so people in my city, they basically see me as the mini me, the junior version of my dad as a Christian hip hop artist. And so, first it's kind of like, oh, well, he just, he's Grady's son, so it's a fad, right?
Yeah.
Then I started doing it more, and being in his shadow was pressure, and I loved every inch, because I don't know if people know this about me, but I am probably one of the most competitive shows in music.
At the people that actually do music, I want y'all to understand that this is probably one of the realest statements I heard from our brother. And this is not me just trying to gas him up, because everybody don't have a competitive spirit. Everybody ain't got the Kobe in them. Everybody ain't got the Jordan. They ain't got the Westbrook, if you want to give him that, or Westbrick now. But we're going to leave that where that's at. But he's definitely a competitor though, right? You know what I'm saying? So like he
had an off season this season. It's all right.
We're going to leave that there. We're going to leave that there, man. I don't want to get slandered for the Westbrook people, man. I don't want to get slandered.
You can't slander you. Slander him. All them turnovers. How you going to slander you? Slander that Laker Nation guard. Anyways. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead, man.
So check me out, man. Like, by the time that you started finding yourself, let's say, moving on your own, right? By the time you had started moving on your own, and you were doing things in-house, tell me what the growth was. Tell me what kind of growth you have to have. Give us some, without Gilly the Kid and him here, give us $1 million worth of game for a person to start up if they're trying to be where you're at now. Tell me, what's the first thing that you had to buckle down with, and where'd you go from there? What was the next step?
Well, first $1 million game that I can give is I'm at where I'm at for me.
Factorials.
The biggest competition anybody can have, a standard that they can have, is themselves. 100%. So trying to become the next this person or that person, or this record label or this studio or this entertainment company, or whatever industry that you are in, you can only be you. There's only one of everybody on this earth. And so you can never be an emulation or replica of somebody else. So the first thing I can say is you have to be you. So I can't give somebody $1 million worth of game to be where I'm at, because I'm still trying to achieve and go to levels that I've never reached or even been close to reaching. But what I can say is, if you want to execute a vision and get that off the ground, in order for that, for an idea in your head to become a reality, I think first you have to be real with yourself, and be honest and say, is this really achievable? You have to evaluate yourself and say, am I really cut out for this? And then if you can get past those things of really being honest with yourself, of having the drive, the talent, the mental capacity, the willingness to sacrifice and take risk and everything that comes with being an entrepreneur and a visionary, I think after that, I would stress the importance of a plan. A plan is not my strong suit. I'm great at doing things on a macro level. I'm great at saying this is the vision, and then I will be great at putting people in place to carry out those things. But when you're starting businesses up, man, and you're just coming up, you're doing everything. Yeah. So I'm doing everything in my businesses. I don't have the luxury right now to have the budgets to have a full team like I want to. And it sucks because, certain things I would rather just oversee instead of having to do. So I would tell somebody that, one, you need to have a plan.
Yeah.
So there's 4 things. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think Rich.
People should start picking books up, man.
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich or Think Rich and Grow Rich is one of those by Napoleon Hill. It's on YouTube as an audio book for free at the moment currently. And there's 4 things that in that book that I learned that any successful person has. One, they have an idea. Yeah. Right? So one, you have to have an idea, vision, goal, whatever it is. You have to have we're going to call it an idea.
Okay.
You have to have an idea. 2, you have to have faith in that idea.
Come on now.
Right? You have to know without a shadow of a doubt that it's going to happen.
Work.
It's going to work. It's going to happen.
Work.
3, you have to have a defined plan.
Okay.
After you got that idea,
yep.
After you had a faith that it's going to work, you have to have a plan.
Yeah.
Have to have a defined plan written out.
Yep.
4th,
my favorite number,
you have to execute. Because we say that knowledge is power. No, only applied knowledge is power.
Wisdom.
You can know everything on the planet, but until you actually apply it and put it to work, you don't know anything.
These are facts.
Because only experience can create real wisdom. Without experience, how do you know? Let's say for audio engineering, somebody can go to audio engineering school and get a degree and learn how to record, mix, and master records. But until you actually start mixing and mastering and recording records, all of your degrees
don't mean a thing. Yeah, but we hear the words, and it's so cliche, but experience is the best teacher, right?
I would say yes.
So, and me too. You know what I mean? Especially from the things that I've seen you accomplishing over time, which has really been a lot more of a shorter time frame than what we might credit it to be.
Man, it feel long.
All journeys feel long, don't it?
This joint feel long, man. But God is good. Won't it do it?
Yes, He will. Y'all know I just gotta press buttons, so I just wanted to press that one, like, for real. So those, but all in all, man, like that's something that I really gravitate to. Okay, if you could name, let's say, I know there's plenty of us, so y'all excuse the question, but I like to be specific and put him on a hot seat because this is my brother. You can name,
oh Lord,
3 entrepreneurs that you feel like you would really like to get in business with. Locally, give me 2 local and 1 non-local. Give me 3 entrepreneurs that you would lock in with and really make something shake.
Oh, that's easy. Really, I want to say 4, but I'm gonna stick to 3.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say before all of them. One day I want to do something with my wife. So before I name these other 3, my wife has a couple of businesses. Shout out to her, about to graduate with a doctorate degree. About to be Dr. KYREN Monteiro Show. But we are a family, so we're one. So technically we're doing this together. So
right on.
But
shout out to sis.
Easily, and I can tell you why on each one of these. My homie Ronnie Morrell Jr., which we are kind of in business in ways, but we're not really.
Yeah,
we don't own any businesses together. So my homie Ronnie Morrell Jr.
Okay. I rock with him. Shout out to Ronnie.
A big brother and advisor of mine, Keenan Davis, who owns the State Farm agency here, and then another big brother and mentor of mine, Trent Daly, who owns Insurance Management Group, and some other businesses around here. He's in my opinion, probably one of the most successful entrepreneurs here locally. And I have different reasons, and they're all at different levels. We're all at different levels. I learned a lot from these men, and in this last year alone, literally from all of 2021 up until this point, I've learned the most from being affiliated with them three men. So automatically, that's who I would right now. If I had to pick to start any business with, I would choose one of those three gentlemen.
Shout out to them, man. If one of them gave you a piece of advice that you kept and ran with it, what was the piece of advice that you put into action? Yeah, that's something to think about, right? But because I know you got a lot of game, we're talking about.
Yeah, and everybody, and there's so many people who, my pastor, man, there's so many people.
Right.
There's so many people.
So let's just keep it in the field of the businessmen that you had got a chance to deal with,
and there's even way more that I haven't named. I think literally probably the best advice is like having a game plan and executing it. I just think that that's something that is consistently critical and vital to anybody who wants to successfully do business.
Yeah, this is true.
So yeah,
this is true.
Having a defined plan and executing it is, that's I would have to say that.
Okay, so let's speed it up a little bit. Now let's get back into this of the time now. So you had a couple of pop-up shops with my boy Zero
the composer. Yeah, shout out to my guy, man.
Okay, and when you guys first got locked in, tell me how that experience came about, and like how did everything play out when you guys first started getting locked in?
I've known Zero for years.
Okay.
Because there's an artist recording artist who was a former Christian hip hop artist who's formerly known as New Breed. My guy Benjamin Fourr, formerly known as New Breed. Shout out to my guy. But
shout out to New Breed.
But Zero,
I met New Breed in
for sure,
St. Louis, right? Was it St. Louis?
No.
No, it wasn't St. Louis.
You met him here, either
okay,
here or I think it was here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was here.
Okay.
But he
shout out to New Breed.
But my guy New Breed, his dad is a pastor, and so his church in Indianapolis, Indiana, the Overcoming Church, cats like obviously New Breed, but Zero the composer,
right?
My guy Terrence Anderson and some others, they all came up. My guy Malachi Carter, who is Zero's brother, they all came up in that church. So yeah, just from being a Christian hip hop artist and being plugged in, it's how me and Zero got connected.
Okay. I was here for the day that you had your grand opening.
Yep, April 23rd, 2021.
Yes, and it's almost a year. Once again, big shouts out to that. I was on record. Okay, I was on record, y'all. I feel like I'm gonna get slandered for this one too. But I called you my modern day Nipsey. I know I might got some booze and everything else somewhere else. But one thing for sure, two things for certain that I really felt like, one, you gave so much game to me alone, right? And a lot of times I'm not seen as a person who had utilized it if it's coming from outside sources. Now with you know me on a different level. This, like it's way more personable, bro. So you know what I'm saying? But I called you my modern day Nipsey because you gave game, right? And you choose to give game to the people in general, not for, you don't pick and choose. You don't be like, oh, I can give it to this person, but I really can't give it to this person. You give it to everybody. All the people who are whining and crying and sounding like they on the ambulance. All the people saying that, oh, it's too high for his prices on him mixing and mastering and a lot of things like that. You get a lot.
And a whole bunch of other hate that we ain't even going to bring up.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because I feel like I still probably receive it, but it's been so quiet for me. It's been so quiet for me, but I found another way to get up out of there too. But
absolutely.
All in all, like, I have to give you your flowers today. Not only as your brother, but as a fan of who you are as a person. Regardless of whatever trouble had came your way, you took it on, and you took that and ish on the chin. You know what I mean? And you stood 10 toes. Shout outs to your family that also stood behind you, because we know that we really can't do it alone, not without God and not without the people that we love. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's been a lot of people, too many people to name. But it's definitely been some great people who have helped me become the man that I am today, who have invested into me. Man, it's been a hard journey. 2022 has been just a year alone. Business-wise, it's been tough. The first quarter of this year was tough, and I'm trying to swing it. And, you know, everything is cute, you know, for grand openings and getting awards, but, man, you got to walk into the office every day and execute. You Feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
You gotta let's put it in terms of Kobe. You gotta walk on that court and try to put up 50 every game.
Yeah.
You know, and every game you may not win, but you still gotta go hard though.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? You know, there's gonna be some games that you lose, but you still gotta, the goal is to get the championship. And so, yeah, man, there's been a lot of people in my corner. So, man, just salute to everybody that rocks with me, and even the people who don't rock with me, man. Another piece of game that I got, and I've heard this, but I was reminded of it here very recently from my big bro Trent Daly. Is like, most of the time, people who are critical of you, and as we would say, people who hate,
yeah, most
of the time is, if you look at the people who criticize and hate on you and always got stuff to say, and is really the people that's doing less than you.
I was about to say, they ain't doing what you doing. You know what I mean? Like,
and that does. I'm not trying to sound better than anybody, but that's for anybody in general
in life.
Yeah, most of the time, people who doing just as much or more than you, they're not hating on you because they're focused on what they have to be doing.
Yeah,
they don't have the mental capacity to hate on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
And most of the time, people who are actually winning, they want to see other people win, because the more people that win, it's better for the community.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, you know what? I think for me, let's put it in terms for me. I get excited about anybody doing anything. I've had struggles at some points, like when it came to basketball, right? So like, people knew me for hooping and singing before rapping. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or I'll put hands on people or something like that, right? But not shining a light on negativity. I'm just saying where it came from.
You're just being honest.
Yeah. So when it came to playing basketball, I'm good enough to hoop. They'll call me to hoop, but it was never like, I never got recognized like Juju. Like, I never got recognized like Julius. I never got recognized like Chris Villarreal, David Buchanan, and all these other people. And most of the time, they never knew that I put rocks. I put like big rocks in book bags, man. Put them on my back, and I would dribble, boom, boom, boom. hitting them, hitting, and out of nowhere, I did get decent. I was a streaky shooter, and but I had a lot of heart, and everything was so philosophical for me. So like they just looked at me like, man, all right, we just gonna call you when you want to hoop, my dog. Like so, it's. And I found myself being, I say that to say this, I found myself being a little bit more like, dang, man, I wish Julius would call me and ask me to come with him. Or like, I found myself doing that. So like, I don't know if it's, I don't consider it being envious. I considered it being like, was I good enough? And so I lead all the way up to right now. All the times that I thought that I wasn't good enough, or all the times that I thought that I couldn't hold nothing down, I started getting good at rap, and I was recognized as being good at rap, but they wouldn't pay me. Nobody would pay me here. Right? So like, but me being able to see you do this, like coming from court cases, all the different nasty stuff that could have put somebody on their back for real. You ended up opening this up. And then I ended up seeing Caleb Kemper, shout out to him, when he opened up his barbershop and what he had to struggle with. Like I literally live with the man, you know what I'm saying? So like seeing you guys do stuff like this is so much more gratifying for me. So, big ups to you, bro. Keep being my Nipsey Hussle, and my flowers is done for the day. You know what I'm saying? So because I ain't gonna big his head up too much. We ain't gonna do that now, man. But it's been so dope to being able to see you and continuing on your journey. What's the next step? What do you have planned?
Man, I've learned not to tell everybody your dreams. So I'll say this, as far as what's next, it's just continuing to grow Frequency Canvas. Other ventures I have, I recently launched a digital distribution company called Engage Distro.
Okay.
Which is a digital music distribution company that can get independent labels and recording artists' music on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, all of your digital retailers for streaming and retail for your albums.
Wow.
So that's a baby company. It's going to, that's going to take a couple of years to really blossom. But I look forward to the journey of that. Like I said, so growing Frequency Canvas, Engage Distro falls under Engage Records, which I really want to get my record label running and want to be an artist and stuff. There is a transportation company that I own that has never been operated yet because it's so hard to accomplish that. But there's like my vision hasn't changed. So just to have everything operational, build a team up. In building that team up, it employs people. It strengthens them. Rather people notice about me or not, I have a heart to see people around me win. I want to see my city win. Man, Indiana is a hard place to thrive in.
Yeah.
Because of the mentality of the city.
Crabs in a bucket. Or a barrel, right? Crabs in a barrel.
Either way.
Yo.
And that, I don't think people realize how hard it is to run a studio in Marion.
At all. At all.
Like how hard it is anywhere, period. But in a place.
But look how small the market is, Well, thankfully, I can be here and work with anybody anywhere in the world. When I was running this business from my house, that's what I was working with Grammy Award. I was mastering for Grammy Award-winning people, artists and producing. These are facts.
Inside of my house. So I know that that's possible, but to really do this in Marion, Indiana on a commercial level is tough. But the reasons that we did this in the first place, because it was greater than music. And so I really wanted to be a part of that. And so
we appreciate you, brother. Like whether or not if anybody gonna open up about it, there's gonna be some that's gonna be like that. There's gonna be some that's gonna sit back and just let you have what you have. There's going to be those who are going to have the opportunity to be able to tell you. So, for the next few year run with me, man, I just want to be able to make sure that I get to tell you, you know what I'm saying, personally, that if I can speak for masses on the music level, you know what I'm saying, if I can speak on masses of the music level and speak on some of the masses for entrepreneurship, we appreciate you, man.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate
really do, man.
And there are people who reach out and tell me that, or there are people. It's hard to catch me out in public because I stay locked in.
You stay zoned in, right?
Yeah, I stay zoned in. So I mean, I'm pretty much, at my, grinding, working in the studio, or I'm at the house, or I may be out of town or something like that. But there are people who they may catch me in different parts of the city, and they'll let me know, and so there are people who let me know intentionally, like, I love what you're doing. Do I feel like sometimes it should be from more people? I mean, of course I do, but
yeah.
I mean,
we all want our pat on our back somewhere.
Yeah, everybody,
right? Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
85% selfless. The other 15. You know what I'm saying?
I just know that at the end of the day, that you have to stay what God has called you to do, and what's for you. You have to stay locked into that. And the moment that you start living, for the acceptance of people, you enter in dangerous territory.
These are facts.
Because, and it's hard not to be affected by what people think about you.
Yeah.
That's hard. I don't care.
What?
I don't, it's hard to get to that point.
Yeah.
But I'm learning, especially within the music industry. The music industry is vicious.
Yeah. Oh man, what?
It's a vicious, one of the, if not the most cutthroat, it is definitely one of the most cutthroat industries in the world.
Savage.
So top 5 most cutthroat industries out of any business industry in America and anywhere in the world. But I will say that it has prepared me, and it teaches me how to deal with people. So, man, salute to the city, man.
Yeah, 100, man. 100. I probably got 2 more questions for you, brother.
Absolutely.
The first one, we're going to go back to the music thing, right?
Okay.
You got a top 5. Do you have a top 5 in Christian hip hop? Quote unquote, since we want to separate some things a little bit, right? My first question is top 5 in Christian hip hop. Local or non?
It's funny you said that, because I actually I wrote this down in my phone. I actually got a top 10 Christian hip hop artists.
Okay, so these are the people that we're going to go check out too, y'all. Because if he says it, I think he has a great ear for music.
So first off, this is no lie. You can look at this list right now.
I'm looking at it.
The first one is myself, KYREN Monteiro, formerly known as The Messenger.
Right on.
I feel like every artist should get to the point to where you should become your favorite artist. And I feel like if you are a recording artist, especially hip hop, if you are a hip hop recording artist,
yeah,
and you cannot become your favorite artist, then that's a problem.
It's over with.
But because here's the reason I say that, because you connect with artists because of their story, their talent, their passion, and if you're a fan of an artist, you grow with them at the end of the day, right? It's not just their story, how they came in, is the story.
It was the story of overall.
How they keep
Shout
growing.
out to Nipsey Hussle. He's my GOAT. I love Jay-Z, but Nipsey Hussle's my GOAT.
So if that's the case, then there's nobody on the planet who you should be able to lock in better than your own story.
Exactly.
Like nobody knows my struggles like me.
At all.
Nobody knows what I've been through like me. Nobody can see my daily progression like me. So call it narcissistic, but I'm my favorite artist. Number 2, we got the Cross Movement. Number 3, we got the Ambassador. Number 4, I got The Truth. Number 5, I got Lecrae. Number 6, I got Flame. 7, I got Trip Lee. 8, I got Thizzle. 9, I got the Midwest legend himself, K-Drama.
Right on.
And then at 10, I got another Midwest legend himself and D-Mob. And coming up, these are...
I got the chance to talk to a couple of those guys.
These are guys who have really influenced me. And on the quote unquote secular rap side, I got Jay-Z at number 1.
Okay.
At number 2.
This will be crazy.
Yeah, at number.
This is debatable, y'all. So don't.
Yeah. At number 2, I'm probably gonna have to put Nas. I just feel like that's just respect. At number 3, Hate It or Love It. Just off of his impact in the game and what he's done. I have to put Lil Wayne.
Okay, I was hoping you was gonna say him.
Honestly, this is how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put Jay-Z at 1. I'm gonna put Lil Wayne at 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna put T.I. at 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Nas at 4.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put Kanye West at number 5.
I thought you would put Kanye before, maybe before Tip.
Nah, Tip right, man. Tip right. Tip is so T.I. is so.
Kanye's a billionaire.
So what? That it's not just off money.
I know, but you have to do.
You
have to do business. You have to be in the savvy in order for you to get.
If I'm looking at my top 5 NBA players, it's not just based off of who's richer than the next person. And let's be
these are facts.
And let's be clear. Kanye,
I can't say that these are facts because the better players get paid more.
But at the end of the day, art is subjective.
Okay, so this is all right. So
Master P is a legend, and I hate his music.
Oh, okay, yeah, which is understandable because at this point we're kind of like you. Okay, so we're kind of like we understand that all those men that you named are bosses.
Everybody,
like all of
everybody.
them.
I feel at the end of the day,
I just feel like. Do we feel like that Kanye has not given more classics than Tip?
At the end of the day, this is my top 5.
Yeah,
this is my top 5.
It's debatable. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah,
I like to make it a little more exciting about it.
Yeah, honestly, man. To tell you the truth, the only thing I have solidified 100% in my top, the only number I can solidify is Jay-Z.
Okay,
you can.
He's always going to be 1 or 2.
He's always going to be 1.
Okay,
that 2 through 5. You can change anyone. You can put any, because honestly, a lot of people will say it deserves to be Nas, then Wayne, then Ye, then Tip. A lot of people will put Tip at 5 out of if they just had to order those.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who will put Wayne at first. There are people who will put Nas number 1. I feel like I don't know. People will put Kanye with the new Kanye documentary. A lot of people are putting Ye.
Oh, because now they're actually getting to see the humanity of him. And
I put it to you like this. My Uncle Mario, shout out to my Uncle Mario Speed.
What's up, Uncle Mario?
He asked me. We had a conversation on the phone.
That's my guy.
Weeks ago, and he asked me to name my Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Which is only 4 rappers.
Yeah.
And I took it like this. I'm a hip hop recording artist and at least a local mogul in my own right. I feel like maybe more of a state or regional for Christian hip hop. But whatever. So I look at it as this. As a hip hop artist who's a boss, who does many things, who are the 4 artists of all time who influenced me the most.
That's what that's what Mount Rushmore is.
That's the only way. That's the only because that should be my GOATs. Yeah. That should be some of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
That should be some of my favorite bosses.
Yep. 2 and 2.
They should be some of my favorites all the way around. And this is how I this in no order. These are the only 4 names that I can consistently think of.
Okay.
Jay-Z, Kanye West, T.I., and Lecrae. Now, I feel like if you listen to my latest album, Broken, if you go look up my album,
go peep that.
Actually my latest 2 albums, Crown and Broken.
Crown. I debated Crown with you for the moment until I actually really dove into Broken for what it was, but I think it was because it was that time and the time that I put in with you with that album.
Yeah, for sure.
So I had a different attachment to it.
All I know is that if you listen to those 2 albums alone, but even if you just go listen to Broken, my latest album, Broken, that came out Black Friday 2019, November 29, 2019, 16 tracks, so 1 through 16, I feel like you're going to hear the influence of 4 cats, Lecrae, Jay-Z, T.I., and Kanye West.
Okay.
You are going to consistently hear those influences and see those influences some kind of way.
Those are some major players right there.
Too, major players. They are all bosses.
Right on.
They all got a heck of a catalog. They all got classics. They all have transcended eras.
Yeah.
They all have influenced generations. They all are versatile. They're lyrical. They can make hits. They're bosses and put other people on and have employed people. Yep. They stand up for the culture. They say thought-provoking things that can put their career on the line. Like these dudes is dudes is like so for me, that's my Mount Rushmore. If I had to order it just based off of personal influence and impact, it would go Lecrae,
which makes sense.
It would go Lecrae, Jay-Z, T.I., Kanye West. Honestly, it could really go Kanye West, Lecrae, T.I., Jay-Z.
Are you putting Kanye there because
Kanye
producer wise?
Kanye starting
production.
Kanye started influencing me at a younger age before any of those names did. I didn't really start, I'm going to be honest, like T.I. and Lecrae, I started getting influenced by them in high school. I was influenced by Kanye in middle school. I was already wearing pink polos and wanting to dress and sound like him and make beats like him in middle school.
Because that was the wave.
I really didn't start getting inspired to Jay-Z until I was 18 and older. And really start trying to become a boss and really understanding because, Jay-Z's debut album, he was 26 on Reasonable Doubt. So he was already grown when he came in. So I feel like little kids can't really appreciate the greatness and the genius of a Jay-Z. You got to be at a certain maturity level until you can really start taking in what he's saying. So you said you had one more question. I want
one more question. Yep, and we about to get to it. Who's been some of your favorite locally? Let's do when I say locally, let's do regional, right? So like what's been some of your who and what? Let's make this a 2-part question, one time shot. Who you would want to work with that you haven't worked with regional wise? And who is it that you like to listen to locally or regional wise? From it could be secular, it could be it can also be, Christian hip hop too, man.
Cause man, there's some cats historically who aren't doing it anymore.
Still doing it. You want to narrow it down to still doing it? Cause not doing it anymore, the list could get long.
Yeah, still doing it. I would like to do a project with K Drama.
I like K Drama. Shout out to K Drama.
Shout out to my dude K Drama, Cincinnati, Ohio native, which that got a special place in my heart because my pops is from Cincinnati, Ohio.
The dirtiest, cleanest place.
Most wonderful city in the world. Shout out to Cowboy Wings. Probably K Drama. Okay. Because ever since coming up in Christian hip hop, he was a mentor and he's somebody, you know, he kind of took me under his wing at the age of 17. I was only 17 when I first met him in D-Mob. I met him in D-Mob the same night. K-Drama's still going hard. He been making beats since 99. He been rapping since around that time. And he's still going hard, man. He's still selling beats. He's still putting out albums. He's still doing his thing and doing events. So, yeah, I would love to, while me and him are still both breathing and still both rapping, I would love to do at least an EP.
Okay.
With him.
Okay.
But
5 songs? 5, 6? We gonna go 6?
No, you gotta give me 6.
Give you 6.
K had to give me 6
for 6.
Yeah, I would love for K to produce the whole thing.
Yeah. And
I would love to mix and master the whole thing.
Right on.
Yeah,
right on.
Because K is a phenomenal producer. But I would love to, you know, maybe sneak a beat in there too.
Yeah.
But I would love to actually lock in with K and actually just bring him here for a weekend and have the goal of like, yo, we getting an EP done this weekend.
That's it.
Like bring your keyboard. Like we getting an EP done this weekend.
Types.
And like what we get done this weekend, that's what we doing.
Right.
So yeah, I would like that. So maybe we're gonna have to work on that. You get it? I got wheels turning right now. Like,
I already know.
I ain't even think about like him coming. So yeah, I would like to get K here.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to lock in with K.
Okay.
K Drama.
3. Give me 5. I don't know if there's 5 here. I think there is 5 here. No, I know there's 5 here. Now that I think about it, 5 here that you feel like you would love to bump their music in the car. Here, 5 from Marion. Give me 5.
I think these artists either live in Marion or they're from Marion.
Yep, come on now.
And I'm basing it off of this. I like hits. You know, I love creative music. I love listening to boom bap type stuff. I love listening to eclectic stuff. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I like hits. Okay. I like hard hitting 808s. And we're talking about hip hop. We're talking about rappers.
Yeah, just rappers.
So I like hits. I like something that got the potential to go on radio.
Okay.
And so based off of that, I'm not talking the most talented, even though I think these names I'm about to name
are the most talented.
Are probably the most talented.
Okay.
But in no particular order, I'm gonna go with one of my closest friends and brothers, Johnny Lovely. I'm gonna go with the homie TJ Highland.
Yeah, shout out to TJ, man.
I'm gonna go with my guy Young Pooty.
Yeah, Pooty Ice.
I'm gonna go with my guy Germ, because you know Germ, people can say what they want, but he's capable of making hits.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And Germ gets a lot of love for the city. So I'm gonna say Germ, and then probably after that, there's a cat named Ill Will. Him and Juju Beats did a project last year. I had the opportunity.
Yeah, I actually heard.
I had a great opportunity to record, mix, and master right here in the Frequency Canvas studio.
Shout out to that.
And as far as lyrically, Ill Will is Will McKinney, aka Will. Ill Will is a gorilla on a mic.
To all of those, I gotta give y'all a little bit longer because
and Ill Will is actually first cousins with my guy Will Stump.
Yep.
So Jamar Barnett, aka Will Stump, who I got a long history with, and they're actually, you know, blood cousins to my wife. You know, they're Barnett. So, anyways, them 5 guys: Johnny Lovely, TJ Highland, Young Pooty, is Germ, and Ill Will. I would say that them is, in my opinion, like if I'm excluding myself, those are the guys right now who are, I think, the most talented and have the most capability of blowing up and being able to really do something. So
okay,
that's mine. I put it to you like this: if I got to the point to where I was ready to sign 5, if I started a major label and was ready to sign 5 rappers from Marion,
yeah,
those are the first 5 I'm looking at.
I like that. I really like that lineup. RIP to Nietzsche, DeAndre Oliver. He would have been in my 5 if he would have got locked in, but since he was, him and Teezy too.
Yeah, shout out to the battle
Teezy.
rap. You know, shout
the
out
battle
to
rap community.
Mikey Ruthless, Matt Tisdale,
What?
Teezy.
They've been, first of all, OBA always was, OVA was burning ish up like already before they really started getting to where they're at now. Like Matt Tisdale, I think he was the first to start doing it. Then Nietzsche jumped in. Then Teezy jumped in, and I could be wrong.
Let's just say shout out to OBA.
OBA, you know what I'm
man.
saying? So yeah, for watching them boys, and Joey Pence. I didn't forget about you.
Tez, everybody. Just shout out
Mikey Ruthless too. So for me, I think my five, man, because it's different being on a beat than it is to being able to just rap, right? Like just rapping without an instrumental, like people can sound good, but like when you trying to, that microphone is unforgiving, right? So my 5 from here, because I never really got a chance to make a list. So this is my first official, list.
And then we're going to wrap up.
Yep, we're gonna wrap it up. So I'm going to say Johnny Lovely, which is crazy because everybody says Johnny Lovely is him. In my consensus. Johnny Lovely, TJ Holland, all these can be swapped out, y'all. It's not the physical order that I'm just stamping it. Germ, Styles.
Okay.
Those two are the ones that I know that kind of like did the most. The other ones are like what I will put in my car. And then my 5th, this is tough because I feel like 5 and 6 is interchangeable too. Heavy. I started to become a fan of Young Pootie myself. But if I'm going to put time over him, to put time over him, I'll probably say Looney.
Okay. I respect that list. Ours is similar.
Yeah, I think that all of them are the ones that have done the most, seen the most outside of me and you. And just I hope y'all boys keep moving and keep receiving y'all blessings, man, because y'all are dope as hell. And I know I don't get to say that often. I don't get to see y'all often. So y'all keep doing y'all, man. Shouts out to Frequency Canvas, The Messenger, formerly known as The Messenger. Let me repeat myself. KYREN Monteiro, entrepreneur, businessman, father, and a very close brother of mine, man. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you once again. Shout out to everybody in Marion that's doing something. Shout out to everybody in Indiana that's moving. I know I should have said C-Mob around here somewhere, but that's not what I will put in my card. Long live these kings. Long live these kings. And y'all continue to do what you're doing, man. Shout outs to you, my brother.
For sure, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Just so y'all know, I did not sit down and just want to glorify myself. So my brother has always wanted to do so, and so we trying to get some content ready, and we just beta testing some things for y'all. And so
yeah, we might lock in some more, huh? We might
stay tuned.
Right on.
All right, man. One love, man.
One love, brother.